13-9.
Hi. All you racers, everybody, look at me. Look at me. I'm up here. Hi. We're technically scheduled off for next Sunday with this layout. How many people want to run next Sunday? Raise your hand. How many people want to run next Sunday? Raise your hand. What? Who else wants to run next week? Scott says yes. Okay, I think it's enough to run. We'll run next Sunday, so we'll add one to the schedule. This layout. Wow. All right, so we'll race again next Sunday. I'll add it to the calendar. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, bring yourself back on out. Okay, thanks. What, am I your friend or your enemy you're telling? Don't tell Scott. Hey, Scott Fuller, we're not racing next Sunday. I do appreciate everybody coming out to Thunder. Southern Nats, is everybody signed up? Yeah, I think Myron did. What? Okay. Are you paid? Better make sure you pay Myron. He'll cry. He needs to get trophies. He's just going to lose it. Oh, man. He's going to lose the trophies, too. They got stole off his front porch. Poor Myron. Trophies. What are we doing with trophies? All right. Trans Am A Main. Tim, Steve, Scott, and Sean. Tim, Steve, Scott, and Sean. Line her up on the second tape back. Touring car drivers out to Marshall. Touring car drivers, Eric, John, Daryl's out there already, and Scott Fuller is already marshalling, although he's in Eric's spot. Well, I can work that one first. Well, what do you? What, when where? Yeah, they're lined up right. They're perfect. Now, these guys all. Aye. Drivers, are you ready? All right. Eric's got over here. Okay, we got 4 corners, 4 marshals. Drivers on the tone, less than 5. Ooh. Tim getting the jump there, pulling away from Steve. Steve goes inside through the crosstown into the diagonal. Trouble. Oh, back of the pack. Scott falling back behind Sean. Up at the front, though, it is Tim in the Mercury, Steve in the Javelin. Oh, Steve taps in front of the driver's stand. Let's Tim get away. Steve scraping the straightaway wall. Tim yanking and cranking, working that Mercury. Cougar onto the straightaway. Steve trying to close back in now, 0.9 back. Looks like Scott only 1.8 behind Sean and closing. Scott having working on his car the last couple weeks, showing great progress this weekend. Up at the front, though, it's Holden. No, Steve closing in, 0.5. Oh, trouble for Sean. He takes Steve. We're both in the wall. Oh, Tim tapping Steve on his back bumper. So first and second and third. battling for positions here. Sean back and forth now as the battle for the lead. Steve taps. It is Tim down through the sweeper. Steve right behind him, 0.4. He closes in at the Porsche corner through the crosstown into the Big Dipper. Oh, Steve on his rear bumper. Tim tapped down the straightaway. Sean 1.4 behind Scott. So Sean's still on the go. Steve with a nice inside pass on Tim. Takes the lead. Trouble for Scott on the straightaway. Lets Sean close in on him.
6 minutes
So the red,
left.
white, and blue and the green and white fighting for the lead, and the blue and black fighting for third and fourth. Oh, they go through side by side. Oh, Sean taps sideways. Oh, Tim on the inside showing the horsepower of that Mercury over the AMC Javelin. Oh, Steve taps coming at the triangle. Tim gets a little bit of breathing room. Scott now going to have to close back in on Sean again. Scott in the Mustang, Sean in the Pontiac. Oh, Steve taps, or Scott taps. Tim going by Sean. Second place behind you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Oh,
5
Steve
minutes
takes
left.
a little bite off the Big Dipper, trying to close in on Tim, tightening it up down the straightaway. Tim still showing the horsepower of that Mercury. Cougar clawing his way down the straight. Yeah, I was going to use that one somewhere. Tim with cat-like reflexes works his way through. See how many other metaphors I can get here. Oh, trouble for Steve there. Gonna give Tim another life. Oh, Steve upside down as Sean getting his lap back there the hard way, driving under him. So it's a cat and mouse game. The mouse is chasing the cat. Steve in the Javelin, Tim down the straightaway. Tim out to a 6.5 second lead as Steve. Nah, it's not tight yet. He's got 6.5 seconds. Tim cranks off a 12.9. His fast lap was 12.7. Steve Keithy with a 12.3 fast lap on lap 4. The fastest car on the track. Looks like Scott had a 13 flap. And Sean upside down. That's going to let Scott Pritchard move in on him a little bit. The gap was about 8.3 seconds. Scott now down the straightaway, 4.7. So another lap like that for Sean, and Scott will be able to close in as he pulled off half the distance there on that lap. Tim out to only a 5-second lead as Steve works his way. Oh, Tim, a little tap coming into the infield. Steve now 4.6 back. Hopefully Tim can stay awake for this whole race. It is an 8-minute run. I don't know if you going to nod off and, you know, take a cat nap. I'd like to thank Brad for that suggestion. Tim, 3.5 seconds as second place coming up behind Scott. Oh, Scott gets out of the way and Steve still hits him. Wow. Oh, 3.7 seconds is the gap now. Costing him a little bit on that lap for Steve. Sean about 5 seconds ahead of Scott. So Sean got the leader coming up behind him. You know, he gets way out of the way. Good job. Steve down the straightaway. The gap was 3.3, now 2.5. Tim with a 13.2 to Steve's 12.8 pulls down to 2 seconds. As hopefully Steve can get around Sean without peeling him like he peeled poor Scott. Sean gets out of the way. Thank you, sir. With just about
45 seconds left.
Seconds. Steve trying to tighten it up. Pulls another 2/10 off. Tim down the straightaway. Steve down the straightaway. 30 seconds to go. 1.9 is the gap. Does he have enough laps to do it? Can Tim hold on? Oh, Steve taps.
15 seconds left.
Oh, Steve taps again. Is Tim going to get a victory lap? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scott Percher done.
Scott, you're done. Tim, you're done. One more to finish. One more to finish. The Black Firebird to finish. And that's a race. Tim Moore takes the win. 37.60 or 806. Steve 37.809. Sean with a 35.812 and Scott 34.803.
The race is completed.
GT on the track. I need some volunteer marshals.
Josiah Schelling. Brad Schelling.
Oh, he did out-qualify you, Dakota. Not by much. By a lot.
Jackie Woodard.
Aye. Drivers from the last race.
Goofus.
Sean and...
Tim Moore.
You have a volunteer?
2 minutes to the start of the race.
I need one more volunteer marshal, please, 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 please. One more volunteer marshal. Anybody?
Justin Oliver.
Watch the sweeper.
Scott
Carl. We're waiting on Carl. Give Keithy a second because he's racing in the next race. Make sure he's got everything ready. You good, Steve? Okay. You get the middle. Yes.
1 minute to the start of the race. Carl Boulton.
Okay. Carl's checked. Everybody's checked.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Uh-oh, new paint out there. Who's got new paint? Jackie Woodard with the new paint. Corvette. Yep, right there. Followed by Tim Moore, your second qualifier.
30 seconds to
then
the start
Carl,
of the race.
Justin, Brad, Josiah, Dakota, and Scott. Look at all the...
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Aye. Are you ready, Brad? Aye. Drivers. Hold it. Everybody's got their radio in their hand, so we can't pull a mat. Drivers on the tone, less than 5. Ooh, Carl trying to get the jump. Oh, Brad's taking out Justin. Tim in the wall. Carnage. Go, go, go. Oh, no, Tim falling back and have to work his way back up through the field. Up at the front, though, Carl and, trouble in front of the driver's stand. Jackie reasserting his lead. Carl to second. Dakota in third. Josiah fourth. Justin fifth. Scott sixth. Brad eighth. And Tim in ninth. Jackie stretching it out over Carl.
5 minutes left.
Carl in the orange Camaro, Jackie in the red Corvette. There's a Prince song, yes, I know. Little Red Corvette. I'm not going to sing that one. Carl works his way through the sweeper in that second. Dakota through the sweeper, getting Josiah to close in on us. The green and silver in third, the yellow in fourth. Oh, a little trouble for Dakota there. Going to let Josiah close in on him. So the battle right now, third and fourth through the crosstown in front of the driver's stand. Closest battle. Looks like Justin and Brad fighting it out there too. Justin in the red and black. Oh, trouble for Carl. Gets it backwards in front of the driver's stand. Going to let third and fourth close in on him. If they work together instead of fighting, they can close in on Carl.
4 minutes left.
Oh, a little tap there for Josiah. As Justin coming up on the back bumper of Scott to put him a lap down. Scott rolls out of the way, literally. Brad putting it up on 2 wheels, and Tim coming up on the back bumper of Brad. So Tim from that first lap wreck, I'm not sure. We'll have to review the tape later. Oh, a little trouble for Brad there. Gets his body tucked. Oh, Yen tucks it down the straight. There's second place coming up behind Yen. So Tim up into 6th now, chasing down Justin. He's got
3
Justin a
minutes
couple corners in front of him. So Jackie, let's see. Right now, Dakota and Josiah still fighting about 1.5 apart. Carl pulls it. No? Oh, he throws it back in. But he loses a couple spots to Dakota and Josiah. Watch the sweeper. Jackie throwing it. Oh, Jackie broke it. So Dakota takes the lead. Dakota down the straightaway in the Cadillac. Josiah in second. Carl in third. Carl's got Justin all over, but Tim on Justin's rear bumper. The battle now third, fourth, and fifth through the diagonal. Oh, Justin, a little tap there, losing ground as Tim now in that 4th spot.
2 minutes
right behind
left.
Carl. Tim trying to get the clean pass on Carl. Carl through the triangle onto the straightaway, down the straightaway. Carl just a little bit faster down the straightaway, but he taps coming in the infield. Tim takes over third. Up at the front, though, it is Dakota Duff. Oh, as Carl pulls it off. Tim trying to work his way up into this field after starting second and crashing out on the first lap. He is already up to third. as he is closing in on the yellow of Josiah. Josiah around the Big Dipper, through the diagonal to the triangle, onto the straightaway. Tim onto the straightaway right behind him. The gap, 0.8 of a second. Jackie going back out. Going to be the equalizer.
He's going to be the outcome.
Brad now about 5 seconds behind Justin as Justin works the straightaway.
1 minute
Brad works the diagonal, but Tim now on Josiah's rear bumper. Josiah taps Tim right there. Down the straightaway. Tim, oh, Josiah goes wide. Tim goes wider. And, Tim inside.
45 seconds
Josiah,
left.
Josiah inside. Tim tumbles. We will allow that. We're not sure what happened, but his driver's dead.
30 seconds left.
Tim trying to chase down Josiah as Dakota out and gone, about 3 seconds ahead of that battle for second and third. Tim through pit lane trying to close out, and they're coming up behind Carl. The battle right now, second and third, the
15
yellow
seconds
and
left.
the green and white. Oh, Josiah goes a little wide, and Tim takes it in the corner on him. That puts Justin up to third. So Justin in the red and black in third now with 5 seconds to go. Dakota looks like on his victory lap because Josiah, you're
selling
done.
Justin on liver done.
Justin, you're
Tim,
done.
we're done.
Tim, you're done. You hit the line, you're done.
Goofoos done. Carl Goulden done. Brass Shelling
So
done.
Dakota
Scott
takes
Fisher
the
done.
win, shaking on the driver's stand. Josiah bringing home in second. Good run, Josiah. Justin third, Tim fourth, with an absolute epic battle back up to that position. Brad in fifth, Scott sixth, Carl seventh, and Jackie Woodard, your TQ, in eighth.
The race is completed.
What?
Brad Norris 2. Zach Noya.
All right, this is a 4-car race. So just looking for Jackie and Steve. Jackie fresh off his epic loss in GT. Yeah. The Corvette? Looks like we have all 4 cars on the track.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Zach, your BQ, much to his demise. He thought he
Steve
was in the
Queen.
A, and then people went home. Poor Zach. Nope. If I delete everybody that went home, he's still in the B.
Jackie Woodard.
That's how I do it. Yes, I can. Well, I fixed it, so I did. I didn't want to block him for Scott. All right. Zach behind. Yeah, I did not want to start a main with Scott in front of me and Zach behind me. I put him in the Malachi Crunch. Let's Zach, Brad, Jackie, Steve.
1
Zach,
minute
Brad,
to the
Jackie,
start of
Steve.
the race.
Move up there, Jackie. Oh. Yes. Up. You're third, Jackie.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Hey, we got bookends out there. All right, Marshall. We have our full Marshall accoutrement.
30 seconds to
Drivers.
the start of the race.
Are you ready? B main, TC on the tone, less than 5. Ooh. Oh. Turn. Oh, Brad upside down. Falls to third. Steve around for third as Brad falls to fourth. Steve backwards. Oh, he tangles with Brad. Not sure what's going on there for third and fourth, but up at the front, it is Zach Noya out to the lead, followed by Jackie in the silver. Zach in that, I think, darker blue. Doggone Brad drifts it down the straight. Oh, broke the wing. Pull it. So, Brad losing the wing. Nah, pull it.
Five minutes left.
So it is Zach, Jackie, Steve. Jackie taps in the crosstown. Zach was 1.1 ahead. Now 1.5. Steve about 5 seconds back. Oh, Jackie, another tap. Another tap. Going for the hat trick. As everybody's starting to stretch out. Fast lap goes to Zach with a 10.7. Steve with a 10.8. Jackie with a 10.9 fast lap.
Four minutes left.
Oh, little tap for Zach there. The gap 3.5 last lap. Jackie down the straight now, 3.2, gaining 0.3. 0.4 on that lap. Jackie with a little bit of body drag there, causing some issues in a few of the corners. Goes back to 3.2 gap with a 10.8 to a 10.9. Jackie resetting his fast lap on lap 13, a quicker 10.9. Oh, more trouble for Zach. The gap 3.4 drops to 2.5 now. And Steve about 5 seconds back. Anthony looking on as his son out there racing. No pressure, Zach. Oh, his mom messes him up? Ah, okay. The gap now back up to 2.8. Oh, no, he taps again right before Porsche corner. See if Jackie can capitalize on it. As Zach's going to start coming up on Steve to put him a lap down.
Two minutes left.
Zach trying to stretch it out with a 10.8. Now the gap 3 seconds. Zach through the crosstown, past the Big Dipper, coming up behind Steve. Jackie pulls in another 10th as he goes 10.9 again. Zach works his way down the straightaway, trying to put a lap on Steve. That is the leader, Steve.
1 minute left.
Oh, he's blocking for Jackie. 2.6 seconds. Checks in the mail. Oh, Steve gets out of the way finally. Oh, but
45
Zach
seconds
body
left.
tuck. Oh, Jackie to the lead. Zach body tucked himself. Jackie taps at pit lane.
30 seconds left.
Still dragging body out there, though.
Too much traction.
Steve bouncing off the wall. Still not a lap down to the leader.
15 seconds left.
But 15 seconds to go. The leader's coming up behind Steve. Zach trying to claw all in on Jackie. Yokomo X-Ray Serpent. Time has expired. Jackie goes. Oh!
Steve ain't done. Jackie Woodard done.
Hairball.
Zach Noida done.
0.9 of a second. Jackie takes the win after the body tuck mid-race for Zach. Steve brings it home in third.
The race is completed.
Once I got my track, I was all right. Yeah, but see, look how much slower it is than the previous round. No, I found out that when I hit into that, it shoved the turnbuckle into the plastic part of the ball cup, and so I go from having 1 degree to 4 degrees, 5 degrees, and it's done it twice now. So I got to switch everything over to X-ray parts. Never, it's just too soft for that part. Alright.
John Trinity Barrett. Two minutes to the start of the race. Scott Fuller. Robert Durlow. One minute to the start of the race. Daryl Bingmer. 45 seconds to the
I
start
got
of the
everybody but
race.
Eric checked. There he is. Nope, there he isn't. That's Scott.
Eric Anderson.
All right, I got everybody checked in. Running orders: Eric, John,
30
Daryl, Scott,
seconds to the
Robert.
start of the race.
Eric, John, Daryl, Scott, and Robert.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
Keep going, Scott. Keep going. Keep going. One more. Right there. Brad, check Roberts. Looks like from here it looks like it's forward about. Okay. All right. Everybody looks good. Marshals are all set. Here we go. On the horn, Eric. Oh, John takes out Scotty. There you go. That's the right move. So Durla up to second, Scott to third, John down to fourth, Darrell down to fifth. So I missed how that happened, but Robert's now running fifth. Darrell up to fourth. John running third. Darrell looking for payback. Run, John, run. Eric out and gone. Scott running second. John third. Darrell fourth. Robert fifth. Was dialing him in. Parked himself right before the chicane. So we are only 5 laps in. Eric's
5
already
minutes
hunting
left.
the back of the field. John has closed the gap. He's right up on top of Scott now. Oh, Scott. Wow. What turned it off? Belts off. That's what you get for running a white car, Scott. All right, here we are. Let's see. Eric on top, followed by John, Darrell, and Robert. Big gap back to John. Darrell's all over John's rear bumper now. Gap between the two of them. 4/10. Less than that now. So Darrell slides by
4
John,
minutes left.
takes over second place. John now trails by 4/10. Robert is 3.5 seconds back of John. Eric has gone by Robert for 1 lap. Now hunting third and second as well. Good gap for second and third, or good race for second and third. Darrell leaving John no room whatsoever. Gap second to third, 4/10. Eric up on top of both of them. John taps twice, opens up a little bit more gap.
3 minutes left.
Oh, John taps twice, trying to give Eric the corner. Scott resumes his Cirque du Soleil impression. Yeah. I'm telling you, you get away from that Tiger Lily bet, and it just jinxes you. It's like a green car in NASCAR. So let me see here. Darrell's way out in front of John now. Good 3.5 seconds. Oh, he's making him work for it. Making him work for it. Oh, yeah, brake checks him. I saw that.
2 minutes left.
Wow. Looking for us. Oh, just a bit inside. Well, you held him off for 3 laps. Pretty good. Good practice. John's lost his mojo for the main. Look around the track. See where John dropped his mojo? It's got to be out there somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. And now, just to add insult to injury, Durla's hunting on John's rear end. That's right. All right, let's see. We got a minute to go. Eric's lapped the field.
1 minute
He's on a
left.
34.601 pace. His TQ was 35.608, so it's not going as fast, but he was being held up by Daryl for, 10 or 12 laps. Yeah,
45 seconds left.
yeah.
Thirty seconds left.
30 seconds left, and there's not a race to be had. Yeah, stick your foot out there, would you, Brad? Let's turn this into a race. Yeah.
$15 seconds left.
Yeah. Yeah. The good news is, Robert, you did finish ahead of Scott, even if you didn't out-qualify him. Yeah. 1 second.
Robert Durla done.
Durla's done.
Derek Anderson
EA's done. Oh, yeah.
Daryl Inger done.
Daryl's done. John's
John
done.
Trinity Barrett done.
All right, Eric had a 34.602 with a 10.09 fast lap. That's unreal. Daryl, 33.609 with a 10.6 fast lap. John, 33.609.3, 3/10 back, 10.57 fast lap, 5/100ths faster than Daryl. Robert, 32.602 with an 11.2 fast lap. No, sorry, 10.6 fast lap, 10.6. John says, where's the Porsche? Where's that Porsche class? I was going good there. Yep. Welcome to varsity, John. Okay.
The race is completed. Carl Goulden. $12.8. $12.5. $12.7. $12.8. $12.7. $12 flat. 12-2. 12-2. 12 flat. 14 flat. 12-1. 12-4.